Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monday bench chat. And for some reason, my keyboard, the end couple, is not working all the time. So again, welcome everybody, and I'd like to welcome my very first guest, Billy Ray. As you all know him in the chat, that's Billy right here. So I asked him if he wanted to be on. He said he'd be on for a while. So there you go. Martian, hello. So let me say hello. We got Martian, we got Greasy, we got Mad Hatter, we got wait, I gotta scroll. Let's see, Mr. Mick and Billy. That is it so far, right? Yeah. No Peggy yet. So okay. We're good. So can everybody hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Wait, see. There's like anywhere between. Oh, Peggy's here. I guess she can hear me because she said that. Okay. Yeah, there's like a 7 or 12-second delay from what we say to when they hear it. All right. Okay. So tonight, I don't have. Well, I mean, I have something to work on, but I'm not going to do it tonight because tonight I am going to straighten up a few of the drawers in my bench. So I figured we could just sit. I'll do that, and then you guys can ask any questions about any guitars, any of the tools, whatever you want. You can ask Billy Ray some questions. So whatever it's going to take, and just hang out for a little bit and do something. Billy can show you some of his guitars if he wants to.
Yep, absolutely.
So
I can do that.
As long you can see the chat, okay, Billy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, let me switch cameras, and I'll be over at the bench in a second.
So how's everybody doing? So if you want, I can show you some of my guitars if you guys like. I got 21 of them here right now. Well, so this guy right here. Just bought this one here from Dane. The RR3, the Randy Rhodes.
That is a gorgeous guitar.
That's Crimson Swirl.
Yeah, that is a gorgeous guitar.
Got the other one. I got this one here in a trade-in. Another Randy Rhodes.
Oh no.
Plays great.
So I have the chat on the laptop. And I have to have video so I can see what's going on here. Find it.
Oh, who's doing that? I'll show you a few more guitars. It's another new one I got. This is the Firefly. This thing is all
Yeah,
out.
check that one out. That thing is freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Mad Hatter wants to know if you got any EVH striped guitars. Look behind him.
Yeah, that's a nice one. This one here I got, and this one's gonna be sent to Ron. I'm gonna give this one here to him. It's Jackson. And just donate it to him. He can do what he wants to do to it. He can fix it up, keep it. We can give it to a kid that wants to play. But this will be Ron's soon. Send it out there to him.
Thank you, Billy.
Yep.
Well, with that being said, though, I do have to, and you guys might have heard Greasy and I, or saw Greasy and I chatting. I was going to wait till Friday, but I can't do it. I mean, I can't show it because it's not here till Friday, but I can at least tell you about it. My quest for a mirrored Jackson soloist is now over thanks to Greasy Monkey. Greasy shot me a price that was a freaking killer price, and I did a little work on a couple guitars for a couple people and sold a couple things, and I purchased the guitar from Greasy. He dropped it off at UPS today, and it will be here Friday. So Friday there will be an unboxing video, and then I will have it Friday night on Johnny's show. So I am looking extremely forward to that. That is that's one of my holy grail guitars, and again, Greasy Monkey, thank you for the killer deal and making that happen. I mean, that since I won't be able to get my ESP ever again. See, this mess here is the stuff I don't like. Frankly, I can't afford, $4,000 or $5,000 for another guitar anymore. And if you want one that was in decent shape, then you're going to spend close to $4,000 and up. Or I can have ESP make me a new one, but you're looking at almost $8,000 now. With that being said, the next one was the next one was the mirrored guitar, and I've wanted to get one of those since I first saw them, since they first come out. Thank you, Greasy, for that, and Billy, thank you for what you're sending. So that was I mean, two things right there. I don't even know what's Thank you both. Thanks to everybody. And I also he wants to remain anonymous, but I got some parts and stuff coming from another chat viewer from Johnny's show, and he's been in this chat on this channel only a couple times, but he's mostly a regular on Johnny's show, but he wanted to stay anonymous. He's sending some parts and strings, so that I got notification that got mailed today too. So I'm just, you guys doing all this, keep everything for me going, because I'm doing this to help people who can't afford it get a guitar in their hand that can't afford it, and I've said it before, but a while ago, for a long time, I covered the guitars from pawn shops and all the parts, but since I had to medically retire and I don't make a fraction of what I used to, I can't do that anymore. So the only way I'm able to keep it going is with help, like like you guys are doing. For that, I not only thank you, but everybody who has received a fixed guitar or a guitar. You know, it's not just to thank me; you get to thank you guys too. So for that, I am truly grateful. Thank you. I don't know where Bill. Oh, Bill, there you go. You want to
Yeah,
show a couple of your EVH guitars?
yeah, I'm getting up. Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Well, this one here too. Actually, not a real Jackson. Um, I got this one here on the trade-in, and I actually sent Ron the pictures of it, and he picked it up really quick that it was not a real Jackson. But I still got it. This thing plays great. Yeah, this is they call the no smoking guitar or something like
Yeah.
that. No smoking. Yeah,
Don't take that to Danes and let when Phil McKnight's there, he'll stamp fake across it.
yeah.
Standard. Back.
My Fireflies, of course. The John Fire one, the Firefly. Same one that Johnny had or has, whatever. Great guitar. I love it.
Mad, send those to me again, and I will. I'm starting to get a bunch of mail now, and the Gmail is not like my regular Outlook mail. The Outlook mail, everything stays separate, even replies. It's like another new mail. The Gmail, everything runs together, and I'm not real good with that. So I still have them. They're just buried. So if you would send them again, and I will gladly show it. I try to organize it through what is needed the most. If it's needed most, then I run it. It's closer to the front. This pen doesn't work, but it does have. Well, you can't.
Just a little punk guitar that I put together. No name, no brand, but I got it cheap, so I gave some character. Put some hollow flash on there. Thanks to Ron because he inspired me to go ahead and do it. So it's fun. Yeah.
Okay, Mads. Yeah, do that. Now I'm working here. The microphone is over here, and the video of the show is right in front of me on my phone, but the chat is over here to my left. So I got to keep turning to see that.
This is another Firefly. This is the Billy Bow. This is a nice one.
Love the color. Not so
Yeah, it's
sure
got
about the shape.
a nice deep sound to it. So that green metallic. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I definitely love the color. That's almost the color my dad's '68 Mustang was.
It was.
Yeah, it was a
Man.
dark jade green metallic with black stripes.
Yeah. If I had the money, I would have bought that from you.
It
I
was
love
a
Mustang.
'68 GT convertible.
Yeah.
Had two black stripes down the hood and the trunk and a black convertible top.
Right. Another
Steve.
Firefly.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys have heard about these Billy's guitars in Johnny's chat, but you've never got to really see them. So now's your chance.
It's a great guitar.
Billy Gibbons. There you go, Lewis. Hey, Lewis, what's happening?
Even got the strap, just like his. Actually, yeah,
You got some cool guitars, Billy.
yeah, I'm getting there. Next one is the one I just put together. So, so Johnny has a gold Strat. You guys all seen it. I wanted to buy it, but I guess he just didn't want to sell it to me. So I decided to go ahead and build my own. And I think actually mine is better than his, my opinion. Everything in this is all gold.
I think it turned out pretty good. I like
Yeah,
it.
it
But I
did.
see.
And when it
I
worked,
love the old all gold guitars.
yeah, this thing's not great. I should have. I just didn't have patience. I couldn't wait. But this actually would have been a good one to put together on your show.
Yep.
But I decided to do another one. I do want to get a white Strat and did all the gold and everything on it. So when that happens, I'll go ahead and maybe I'll just build that one on your show. You
Okay.
do yours, and then I'll just go ahead and build mine. And so yeah, this is it came out great, beautiful. I'm happy with it.
I think it turned out pretty cool.
Yeah. And I got this old it's a groove guitar I put together, redid it, and it has that 80s vibe to it. There's a purple strap that I paid $30 for on Johnny's show on Super Chats. Finally got it. But yeah, this one came out really nice. Plays great.
Searching for tone. Hello. Everybody, again, thank you. Thank you guys for being here.
Another Firefly. This is the Skull and Snakes, George Lynch. Fire.
I really like that one, Billy.
You're not getting it. I tell you what, you give me the crackle, I'll give you this one. All right, then hush. This is like
I only have the one Firefly, which is that Buck Owens one, and that. Thank you, Barry Rich, for that. He gifted me that one, and um, he actually gifted it. Not it's not one for me to give away. He actually gifted it to me, and that's the only Firefly I own, and I like it because I think it's really neat. And I remember growing up watching Buck Owens. I was a fan of Hee Haw back.
yeah.
Kind of brought back some nostalgia. Here's a tip: if you guys work on Floyd Roses, do not use red Loctite. Use the blue. This is for injecting glue into little cracks, fixing cracks.
Another
Just
Firefly.
that one's neat. I like that one.
I told my wife that if something ever should happen to me, she's gonna send this one to Ron. So some people will be getting my guitars if something does happen to me. So I'm always working in danger environments. So you just never know.
Yeah, well, if we can help it, I'd much rather have you around than so.
Yeah, I
Got
know.
to got to keep that going.
It's got the kill switch on it. It's great. It might be.
So, let's see. Let me catch up on the chat.
Now we're getting down to the EVHs.
All right, Mad Hatter, here comes your EVHs.
This is the Firefly, of course.
Did you replace the bridge on that one?
This one I did not.
Okay.
It does hold tune. No problems.
I know the one that Johnny had, the bridge, the minute you touched it, it went out of tune.
No, not this one.
Matter of fact, Lewis, you won that bridge, did you? Oh, Trem. Yeah, sorry. Tremolo. But I think Lewis won that, or somebody won it. I thought it was Lewis. Actually, I don't need this in here. This is a the tremolo off the Firefly Van Halen guitar. The one you use as a paperweight.
This is actually my first guitar that I ever put together years and years ago. I wanted to have some fun with it. Yeah, just a little punk guitar. I like it though.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
This tool will show you how thick the surface is. Stuff. There. 0.10. That blue down. That blue is 0.10 millimeters thick. But it only works on metal stuff. So I can tell, like chrome plating and stuff like that on parts. I can tell how thick it is. This is actually, I thought I was hoping it would work on paint on a guitar. It has to reflect off of metal. This can go outside. Need that. And then here is the moisture meter, which comes in real handy.
Another Firefly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to, well, keeping up with my word now, I now have the red Mercury Crackle Soloist, and now, thanks to Greasy, I have the mirrored Soloist. So if you guys remember, I said once I got those two guitars, I would never buy another Soloist. Then I said I would probably never buy another guitar unless I was selling one to replace it, because the collection can only be so big. Not like I have a warehouse to show them. So I will not be buying any more. Definitely not buying any more Jackson Soloists. I'll tell you that. But it. I'll get rid of something to replace it.
This is also hollow flash. Really can't see with the lighting.
At least my hollow flash instruction 2 videos on Johnny's show helped somebody.
Yeah, right. think that's it. I just got one more guitar over here. It's actually in a case. Bring the phone over really quick and show y'all. So this one here is autographed by Mike Tramp from White Lion. He was in town, Glendale. Dane, his band actually opened up for him, and I got a chance to meet the band members of White Lion. I'm a really big fan. They're like my favorite band, White Lion. But I was outside, just waiting to get in there before the show started, and he actually came out to come see me. And he sung my guitar, and then he gave me that pick right out of his pocket, and he put it right on my guitar. And yeah, it was great. So I just keep in there. Nothing doesn't happen to it. Like I said, White Lion was always my favorite band. And that's
Cool.
on my guitar. I got my wife's guitar over here, just acoustic, but I don't touch those things.
And Greasy, to answer your question, yeah, people want to send them in. You know what? That's fine. I just said I wouldn't buy anymore unless I was sold one and replaced it. So. But that's fine. I mean, people want to send them in, they can send them in. I'm trying to put this in the order that how I use it. Obviously, the stuff I need.
I think I've got one. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, about that.
That's pretty. That purple.
Yeah,
I like
it's
that
not.
a lot. That's a good color.
Oh, wait a second. I think I've got one. Hard to find. So, yeah.
Keep looking. You'll have more. We all do.
I'm looking. I think that's it. No, I got another one over there. Hold on. So, yeah, this one's a whole collection there.
Sorry for my chair squeaking. I'm gonna have to put grease in the ball bearings apparently. My fret leveler.
This is another guitar I just put together. I just threw it together. So I didn't really do nothing really to it. It's actually broken and everything else. I just kind of try to resave it a little bit, bring it back to life. But if I bang it or if I scratch it, I don't care. It's a beat up guitar anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that white Charvel that I worked on the other day. I bought it and it was damaged when I bought it. And I thought about redoing it. I still think about redoing it. For that matter. You got one that something happens to it, you're not going to be upset about.
No, I think that's it.
Frets there. Yeah, what happens here is I get in a hurry, some of this stuff, and then I just open this drawer up, slide it in here with intentions of cleaning it later. This is
Yeah, no problem. Was awesome. Yeah, it's crazy what happened to him. I guess he was laying on the floor playing his guitar, watching a baseball game, and he just messed his wrist up. He couldn't play guitar for a while. He gave it up, and he just started taking care of his parents or something like that. But I think he's back playing again. But yeah, kind of hoping he'll go back to White Line. But
he's an amazing guitar player. Always was.
he was. Yeah, he was great. Yeah, I think he was another one that Eddie didn't like.
You'll have that.
Yep.
See, and that you hear all that. You hear those stories all the time. Eddie didn't like this guy or didn't like that person or whatever, because he copied his style or thought he copied his style, however, doesn't matter. And I don't know if that's true or not, because especially in today's world, you never know one way or the other. But it's like all these AI videos out now showing, Ozzy was at a music store and Ace Frehley tried to buy a guitar and the guy didn't want to sell it to him because he didn't think he had any money and blah blah blah. All these stories are all over the place now, and like that one I brought up on Johnny's show that a couple weeks ago about that guy bringing the guitar to the Van Halen concert. But that's one thing I can say about Randy. Randy didn't. He showed people what he was playing and how he was playing it. He didn't try to hide anything. That's that to me. That's a lot of respect right there. Billy Peggy asked you a question.
Uh, Hold on a second. Good question.
Again, sorry for all the noise in the mic.
I don't see the question.
She asked, she want to know what you use for amps or what amps you have.
Oh, I got the yeah, I got the Boss Katana, the two, and I got a just a Rowan the Cube 30, and I got so that's what I use over here. And here's my pedals. And I got the little guy over here. It's going. So that one there, the smaller one, I use that for like like blue sounds. Um, you know. And then the other one I use is my plugin. Get that a little dirty sometimes.
So what's your favorite guitar to play?
All of them. All of them. Yeah. So like every day I get on the guitar, I just start picking them off the walls or the racks or whatever, and just start playing them. And I'll put that one up. I go to grab another one. So uh, I enjoy all of them. I do. Some of them have their own little characters to them. The John 5 one is pretty good. I like that. Uh, I didn't get too much into the Tiger one yet. I've just been working so much and this and that, so I really got into it. Uh, the SRV one is good. That green one, that Billy Bow is actually pretty good. Yeah, I like them all.
Yeah, when you have multiple guitars, it is hard to say. Well, this one's the blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I know Johnny gets on me for having all of all the same ones, but like I said, they all have some kind of different. There's some kind of difference. Usually, it's the pickups. Uh, 9 times out of 10, it's pickup configuration. And then I also got to the point where what I was doing on some of them was if it has the same pickups as another one just like it, then what I would do is change the pots. This one would have 500K pots. This one would have 250
Mm-hmm.
or 1 meg. There's some kind of difference there somewhere. They're not all the same. Same shape, yeah, because I like the shape, I like the feel. But when you get into the pot thing like that, sometimes it's hard to discern the difference. Depends on the rest of the settings, like the amp, the modeler, whatever you're using. But my point being is they're not all identical. They are different. And that there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having however many you want of the same guitar. You like what you like. That simple. Like I said, the soloist and the San Dimas style Charvel has always been my favorite. I like the feel playing it. I like the necks. So instead of buying just one and then trying to use it for everything, get what you want and make them how you want them, which is what I did. But um, there's no right or wrong way. I mean, if you want, how many people have 4 or 5 Les Pauls and they don't change them because they don't want to change it. So they're basically the same. Then you're getting into, well, the wood may make it sound a little bit different, or how whatever stuff like that. So it doesn't matter if you have however many same. Or you could even be as like some of mine. I got heavier strings, even though the guitar may be close to the same. I do have 2 soloists with the green crackle, which came from Dane, and the orange crackle came from Dane. They both have the sentient neck pickup in them, but one's got the green one's got the Pegasus bridge, and the orange one's got the Nazgul bridge. But one's got 42s on it, and the other one's got 52s on it. So you get your difference there even.
Oh.
So I mean, if you want 15 Les Pauls or 15 Strats or 15 banjos, whatever. That's what makes us different. Nothing wrong with whatever you want to get. So yeah, I'm doing this. There's the fret nipper, Stumac fret nipper. And these here's Stumac fret cutter. And I will say this: try to save you guys some money. Here's the fret puller. If doing guitars and you're getting into um, doing some frets, if you're just only going to do a couple sets for yourself, don't spend your money on the high dollar stuff. The cheap stuff from Amazon will work for a few times. Actually, quite a few times, really. So save yourself some big money on that. As I say that, as I'm putting a bunch of Stumac stuff in here, but I've had this for a while. Some of it's old, decades old. But don't let people tell you there are some Amazon tools, guitar tools, that are very cheap, but they will work if you're only going to do it occasionally. Don't let anybody tell you they won't. That you've got to buy this or that. Yes, all this stuff is Starrett, but this is when I was working tool and die. So
I'm always buying from Amazon.
yeah,
I
well, I
have
mean, there's always people saying, "Oh, don't get that from Amazon. That's terrible." Well, if you're gonna spend $20 for a crowning tool, and try to go work at a store with it where you use it every day, yeah, it's not going to last. But if you're working on your own guitars and you only do it so often, you're fine. These you slide under the frets, pulling the frets out of the neck. You don't chip the fretboard. 10 thousandths and 20 thousandths. So yeah, I mean, you'll hear people all the time say, "Oh no, don't do that. Yeah, don't don't go buying a well." I don't remember exactly, but I know this was over $100. 300 grit, and they sell it in 150 grit too, and it's a fret crowning tool. This one I think was just at $100, and in my opinion, this one's better. So, but I sent Johnny one that I bought that had three, had medium, narrow, and wide on it. I'd gotten from Amazon. It was like $25. It worked. If you're just going to work on your own stuff, and you know that stuff will work. If you're going to do it, try to do it for a living, then you buy once, cry once, and get the good stuff, so you don't have to keep replacing it. So I guess it just all depends on South indicator for picket. It just all depends on. Well, I take it. Stumac. I think these are under $20. Fret edge file. This is worth it. Very much so. I've used this on hundreds of guitars, and it looks like it's never been used. This right here, the intonation tool for Floyd or floating tremolo in general. Don't waste your $20 on it. It's quicker and easier with a screwdriver, which I showed that on here one night. This one happens to be Stumac because it came with an order I did, but you have the three-way toggle switch with the knurled nut. You got to use pliers or this. This comes in great. Just roll that down, it expands out bigger, then tighten it up. Doesn't tear up the finish of the guitar and doesn't ruin the nut as like pliers will. This is more for the painting. Um, Tells me the moisture content in the wood. So some stuff, but again, like I tell people, if you're working on your own, a lot of times you don't have to get all this stuff, or at least the expensive stuff. You can get, like I said, now Amazon does have some tools. It's like the whole toolkit for a guitar for like $10, including the case. Yeah, don't waste your money on that. There's like, this is cheaper, but it'll work, or this is just too cheap. Waste your money. But if you plan on doing, work for anybody else, then, or you want to maybe work at a store and work on guitars, and then yeah, you got to get the better stuff. That's what's going to make it last. So any questions while we're I have in there that's not in there right now? This is making holes, hollowing out the holes a little bit. Deburr, great for pick guards. They get used, not every day, so they go right there. String height gauge, which I actually 3D printed that part. And also, where is it? I know it's here somewhere. This. I've said this before 100 times. Don't waste your money on one of these. String gauge. I mean, what I ended up using this for most of the time, I would lay a rag across the body and slide this under the tremolo to hold the tremolo level while I was working on tremolo. It's nice to know, the different heights if that interests you. But they'll be like, oh no, on the 12th fret on your low E, it needs to be whatever, 1.2.2 millimeter, 2.25, or go in thousands, 50 thousandths. Then the other one's got to be 65 or down to 30 on the low E, whatever, or the high E. My reply to that is, why? Who came up with this? Who said this is what it has to be? When I set the height, action height on them, what I do is I set it to the player. It's what you want. My son Cole wants them so low that you can hear the buzz while you're playing, but not the amplifiers. Because there's been times I thought that was low enough. He's like, no, Dad, lower. It's like, wow. And, it's like not even, it would be lucky, it was down there. So this to me is someone's idea of what they should be. And I guess that's okay if that's what you want to go by. But I do it personally, and also, I usually, when I'm working on a guitar for anybody, male or female, I always make sure I shake their hand. Let's see if I can get that without. Yeah, I always make sure I shake their hand because that way I feel their grip. Because when you're doing like a drop D on a guitar, drop C, go with like a drop D with regular tuning, you'll hear people tune the low E or the low D to the D string. And then when they play, it sounds out of tune. So what I do is, after I just got a strong handshake. So, okay, well, he probably hits the strings pretty hard or presses the fretboard. So what you have to do is compensate for that in the tuning and the setup. If if you set the low D to the D string, then you're hitting the low D the low string harder. It's going to make it sharp. If I'm explaining myself good enough, so you got to kind of compensate for it. So it's that's like this to me is useless, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a metal piece. You can use it for something. You shouldn't have to go and say, oh, it's got to be 2 millimeter here, and it's got to be 1.25 down here. No, it's whatever works for you. I leave these dissecant things in here too. Any moisture so the tools don't rust. This was sent to me from Canada from Scotty. He wanted to send me something, and he's like, I got to send you a tool. I'm trying to find a tool you don't have. And the funny part was, he got it first time. I did not have one of these pickup height gauges. So it's all about feel and how they play. Because I know my son-in-law hits the strings hard. So if you tune, they play in drop D. Well, now they moved to drop C, but they were playing in drop D, and you tune it the D string to the low D, and he'd start playing. It would sound out, and it wasn't. He was pressing so hard. So what you had to do is back the tuning off a little bit flat, so when he played it, it was right. A lot of people don't understand that, don't get that. But again, years of playing and years of working on this. I mean, I've been working on guitars for. Well, I built my first one in 1977, so that's what 49 years ago. So you learn. You learn that kind of stuff. And I keep this. I keep it because I use it for other things than what it's intended for. Oh, this? No, this is a pickup height gauge. The you got two different sizes. However you want. Some people use the bigger one on both of them, or the bigger one on the rear and the smaller one on the front, or smaller one for both of them, whatever. I got a place for this. And this foam stuff, I get all this foam stuff at like Hobby Lobby and Michael. Cut it out. It works great to hold all this stuff as I'm putting stuff around. This knob puller, I 3D printed that. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But some of this stuff you don't need. And like they'll say, well, you need a feeler gauge. Okay, well, these are welding, uh, brazing to be exact. They're metal and they're knurled. They're like a little round file. So if you don't have nut file set, you can either use an old string, but you want like a small wound one, or you can use these. Get the one that's closest to your string diameter. You just file it in. These cost you a couple bucks. A set of nut files cost you $100. So go to any welding supply store, Rural King or something place like that. Pick yourself up tip cleaning kit. That's it right there. And you got yourself some makeshift nut files that work fine. And you're out $5 as opposed to $100. And when you spend $100 on the set, which they're nice, Music Nomad set is very nice. I need it. Well, I don't need them now. I'm using those again. I had a set and they were stolen. So, but the problem is when you buy for $100, you only get 6 strings. You get 42 through 9. If you want 46 through 10, if you want to buy all of them, then you're close to like $300. Again, $5 or around $5 for that one. And it's got all the sizes in it. Money saving tip. There you go, Lewis. That works. And I've come to find out in my old age, which I will be 61 here in 2 months, flat top knobs for the guitars, I love. That's what I want. I hate the dome. So I've been changing these out on all my guitars. This was on the Predator Blood Jackson King V. And what I did with that, I had 2 pickups in it. And I added, that guitar originally had tone, volume, and then a switch. I took the switch out, put the kill switch in that spot, moved the volume down 1, and then I still had the tone for the other pickup, or the tone, and I never hooked the neck pickup up. It was just the bridge pickup. And I had these 2 knobs, these 2 green knobs, and then the kill switch. So what I did the other night was I put it up here on the bench. I took the back tone pot out, put a 3-way switch in it, and now it's wired to where you have the bridge, both, neck, and volume, and then the kill switch. No tone, but both pickups are now working. And that's a very easy, very, very easy setup. Or very, very easy soldering setup to do. That looks better. Getting there. File I use when I have to plug the mounting holes with dowel rods. Right there. The clamp. This one I have extra 10 millimeter for tuning, tightening nuts on tuners, and they work fine because it's got the hole in it, so it goes right over the tuner and right down. I have 2 of these, and I got a 1/2-inch one for sometimes the input and out jack is that size. Bring there.
Let's see.
Here. Hey, Billy, say something, man. Don't just sit there.
No, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so that's, just some money saving tips. That's all I'm trying to do. This 1961, my mom and dad were best man and maid of honor for a couple friends of theirs they went to school with. And the groom gave all the groomsmen Zippo lighters from 1961. They were, brand new then. Got Well, I'm a junior, so it's got my initials on it. It's still brand new. Never been used. Edges of the box busted out. Kind of neat. It was in one of my dad's toolboxes, believe it or not. So yeah, so that's things to do. All right, let me move down these two over here. This is still well set up. These two are. I don't need this stuff. So yeah, save yourself some money, and if you only like, well, again, it all depends on if you're going to work on guitars just for yourself or you're going to do it for other people. That will determine what you need and how much you need. But again, if you want a nut file set for $100, you only get six sizes. $300, you get all the sizes. Go to a welding supply store, and for $5, you get them all. They work just fine. I used them for years. I actually used those. I used these things for years, and well, you can see how beat up it is. I've used these for years, and then somebody had bought me that set for a present. I don't know if it was a birthday present or what it was, and I had it. I used it. They're nice. They're really nice. But you only get that six. You don't, say if someone wants to put a 52 in, you only got up to 42. You can't do it. Or if they want a 9, you got the 10 set. You can't do that either.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
You need to mix some of these.
What are
Your picks. A little holder for your picks.
they? That's pretty cool. That is cool. Yeah, I have some. I never printed them out yet, but I have the files. I have a couple of the skull ones.
Mm-hmm.
I have ones that are shaped like a telly, ones that are shaped like a SG, and I have a 5150 thing like that, but I don't think it's a no. It's not a pick holder. It's just like a placard that sits like a triangle, and it says 5150 on each side, and you can print it in the colors. So hey, mini guitars. Steve. Hey, Steve Gunner, my brother from another mother. So yeah, there's all kind of tricks. All kind of tricks you can do. But oh, wait, I'll show you. Let me get that King V and show you. I have to have the headphones on so I can hear Billy now. I even put the rhythm and treble. So I have the volume, kill switch, bridge, both, neck. Right there. This was originally up here with the volume and tone. but I didn't want to drill another hole in the body, so I eliminated this switch to put. So this is where the volume was. The tone was here. No, take that back. Tone, volume, this switch was here. So I eliminated the tone because what I play, I don't need to mess with the tone knob. You guys have all heard it.
You need to send me that guitar. Tell it to me. How can it happen to it?
But that is such an easy wiring thing to do. You have your three-way toggle. The back is the ground. Then you have your three leads in the front. So you got the bridge on one side, the neck on the other, and in the middle is your wire. It goes from the switch to the volume pot, first lug. And then you got a three-way switch set up, eliminating the tone. Yeah, see, I don't like, this is way too messy for me. And in all honesty, also in today's world with the internet, you know, do a quick search, you can figure out how to do anything. I even had that. Let's see what I do. Cover up the brush. Yeah, Billy. Hey, believe me, Billy and I spent a lot of nights talking about that Crimson Randy Rhodes V.
Yeah, we're talking about your the one that you were showing.
Oh,
That's a nice one.
thank you.
How much?
That's a made in Japan one there. It ain't for sale. Oh, I didn't know they were stuck. But I can do that paint job for somebody if they want it. I will, with the garage being basically completely redesigned, it's a 3.5 car garage, and it usually only had my Hummer in it and my dad's Mustang. So Mustang's gone, so I reclaimed that part of the garage, and that I built a couple workbenches there. This is all I haven't done it in the last 2 weeks because of the temperature, but I've been working on it now for over a month, and built a nice big workbench over there. I got the bandsaw over there, the disc sanders, drill press, the welders, both my big toolboxes. They're all over there. Freed up a bunch of space. I have the IROC is going to be against this wall, and I'm actually putting it on the wheel dolly so I can move it left and sideways, and you don't have to drive it. So I can put it up against the wall with the cover on it, lock the dollies down so it doesn't move, and then I still bring the Hummer in there, and still have all kind of room to work, and I got a portable uh, paint booth now. So I'll actually have room to set it up and leave it set up. I'll be able to do, as soon as the temperature heats up. As soon as the temperature heats back up, I can go out and paint. I plan on doing a bunch of stuff, bunch of painting this year because I got a bunch of good ideas, new ideas to do. And got to do the skateboard version for Johnny for his Michael J. Fox Back to the Future type. It's like a purple, pink, and black and yellow. Oh, you guys you've all seen it. So, I want to get that done. Get that all done. And then I got some other custom paint ideas to do. And then I'll have all those will be available. I'm still going to do more of the Cosmos like I did for MPN, but again, like the Crackle and like the Alien or Predator Blood, no two will be identical. So, trying to figure out the best way to organize this. But all those paint jobs will be available. I pretty much do what. If I can't do it, I'll tell you I can't. So, that's what. Because I want it to be a good product, and because I could do 1,000 that are excellent and do one that's bad, and what's the one everybody going to hear about? The bad one. So it took me a while. The whole now what I did in my hand. It took me a while to actually decide to do the Cosmo one for MPN because I had never did that with the powders and the glitter before. I used the mica powder, and I have actually some of it's still here. Here's the powder. Here's the powder, the bronze powder, and then bronze glitter. So I had never done a paint job with this before. And it took a long time for me to actually do it because I was worried how it would turn out. I never did it before. And I'll tell you, like I said, I got nothing to hide. I'll tell you. I painted the guitar black. Then while it was still wet, I took the powder and the glitter and just tossed it on the guitar in certain patterns. Just, this way, then this way. So, and then put a lot of clear on it. And you cannot feel any of that glitter or any of that powder. It's smooth as can be on that guitar. And it turned out great. And the best part is, again, there's never two that's going to be the same. So I do offer the Cosmo paint job. I do not like to do candy colors. And I'm being absolutely honest with you. They're gorgeous. They're beautiful. But if it's a guitar you're going to play or play regularly, don't do candy. I tried to explain that to that guy with that Fender bass. He had me do it candy apple red, and I begged him, like, look, yes, it's a cool color. It is. It's gorgeous. But if you scratch it or ding it, the whole thing has got to be repainted. You're not going to touch it up. He's like, oh no, it'll be okay. Guess what happened? It wasn't even, he didn't even have it a month. And I get a picture of the chip on, he was left-handed. There you go, James. It was left-handed bass. And on the top horn, right in, you're no hiding it. It's right there. Somebody knocked it off its stand at a band practice, and it hit something and put a chip in it. He's like, well, I said, I told you, the only way to do it is to repaint the whole guitar. And the paint was freaking expensive. Any candy apple paint, candy colors is expensive. And red is one of the most expensive paints you could buy, anyhow. So he decided just to leave it. And the last thing he said to me is, I should have listened. If you wanted a candy color and it's just going to be a wall hanger, that's one thing. But take it out and use it, don't. Yeah, they look cool, but one bad spot on them, and you have to have the whole thing repainted. So, needless to say, he's using it. He just keeps using it now. Like, well, it's damaged, so might as well. I told him, I said, I'm sorry, but I tried to warn you. Just like when I bought that one of those Kellys off that guy for $100, all because he couldn't get the tremolo working. And I even told him, I said, I'll work the tremolo for you. I'll fix it for you and show you how to do it. Nope, I'm tired of this damn thing. No, I don't want it. $100. I said, you're sure? He's like, yep, okay. So I handed him $100 and got a $400 Jackson Kelly out of it. Brought it home. 20 minutes later, fixed the tremolo. Working fine. But again, I think if you want a Floyd Rose, that's absolutely fine. Get it. Because sooner or later, you have to learn how to set them up. So if you're just learning, just learn right away. Get it, and get it over with. Sorry, I haven't been paying any attention to the chat. Any questions, Billy, for me or anything?
No.
Okay. If you would kind of watch that for me, if someone asks something, I'd appreciate it, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, it happens. It happens. He was disappointed, but he's like, yeah, he even told me. He said, you did try to warn me. I know, it's a gorgeous color. Well, I can show you a picture of it. I'll find it.
What do you think, Ron?
What?
The look.
I can't see anything right now. Wait a minute.
My Johnny Bean look.
Wait a minute. Here it is. I'll show another picture, but look down there, that red on the bottom. Candy red, man. It's gorgeous. But he didn't want to listen. And dent is like right there, right on the top, right where it's visible. And it hit it clear down to. So not only would I have to repaint it, but I'd have to fill it. Then when we just fill it and touch it up, I said it's going to look worse that way. Leave it alone.
Good night, Heather.
Good night, man. Yeah, that's before I wet sanded it, buffed it out. Okay, hold on. Yeah, you just gotta, I can pretty much paint anything, any color, but you have to think it through. I don't. Like I said, that was if he wasn't going to use the guitar, or if you're not going to use your guitar and you want a candy color, yeah, that's one thing. That's fine. Man, if you're going to take it down and play it, stay away from the candy. I found that out when I painted my. Excuse me. I actually had in 1983, 84. I had a 1980 Tornado that was silver metallic, and it had the converted diesel motor in it. My dad bought it new. I ended up buying it off of him and took the diesel motor out. Went and got a 69 Hurst Olds 350 and then rebuilt 350 and put it in. And it was cool because I still had to use the original I used the oil pan from the diesel because it had 7.5 quarts. Because one of the CV joints went through. There was a channel or a hole in the oil pan. CV joint went through and the oil pan went around it. So I used that, and it was 24-volt system. I kept that on there too. So I could sit and park the car with the radio blasting for hours and never have a dead battery. But okay.
I think I'm gonna win out.
But what had happened was at the mall one night. Apparently, I must have upset some girl's boyfriend at some point in time. I was at the music store actually. I was working on guitars, and I come out, and the whole car, every the hood, the fenders, the doors, trunk, the roof, the sides, even the plastic in between the bumper and the fenders, they took something. I don't think it was a screwdriver, and scratched the entire car. every freaking panel. So, ended up repainting it and took it completely apart. Had the doors off, the trunk, the hood off, fenders off. And what I ended up doing was removing all the chrome off the car. It had a big chrome strip down the hood, center of the hood, that was actually bolted. So I brazed all those shut, lock sanded it, took all the emblems off the side of the front piece that said Tornado, all the letters, took all that off. And then repainted the whole car candy blue. And it was freaking gorgeous. And then after Beth and I got married, she was 8 months pregnant with Cole, going to the store, and a guy come around a turn, plowed into the side of it, and pretty much stopped her, shoved her up on the over. She was going 25. I don't know how fast he was going. She went up on the curb sideways, took out the stop sign, all kind of stuff. And back then, that was before all the personal injury commercials were about. I wish I'd have known. Wish it had been at a later date, or those commercials would have come out a little bit sooner. But so repainted the quarter panel and the driver's door, and it never matched. It looked like crap. So I ended up getting mad and selling the car. You can't touch candy up. You gotta repaint the whole thing. Sucks. Looks good, but they suck. This door's not too bad. It's still organized. It was just those first two. I did print this. The only thing I had at the time was orange. Of course, Karloff is Frankenstein. Yeah, that's that. Here's my long extended drills to drill through bodies. There. Yeah, if you're going to do this stuff, man, you got to have some of the, if you're going to do it, try to do it for a living, like I do, I'm doing it just to help people out. Again, I don't charge for the program work I do at all. I do charge for the paint job, and I do have some regular customers that come in for me to work on their guitars. Regular. So those guys get charged, but anything for the program, no, there's no charge at all. And the parts come from you guys most of the time, so there's no charge for the parts, and I don't charge for doing it, no matter how long it takes. These, if you're going to get long bits, and I know most of these are twisted all the way down. So if you're going to get bits to work on a guitar, watch out if you're using this one, because anybody that's had a drill hole guitar, it's usually not like this. It's more like this, and these dig in to whatever they're laying against. So you always got to kind of make sure you're staying up. But to help with that, get this type where it's just the drill on the end, and this is solid, so you don't have to worry about it. I only got two of those, two different sizes. But that's a little tip there to save your finish. I made this at work one day.
What is that?
Little a little handheld device. Come in handy quite a few times.
Hey, I want to say something really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, most of y'all know, a few months ago, I lost my stepson, and then 3 weeks later after that, I lost my brother. Oh,
You're breaking up, Billy.
no,
Just
it's a
say it
break.
again.
No, I'll just click my door really quick.
All right.
No, I just want to say thank you for all the kind words, the prayers, and everything. It was kind of a really hard time for us. My wife, she's still feeling it. Um, I just want to say thank you to everybody, all the prayers. No, and it's been like really rough, really. My wife, that was her only son, and so she's doing 2 jobs now and trying to stay busy. But, like I said, I just want to say thank you for all the prayers. And everything.
No, you're welcome, Billy, but no thank you is needed. We
Mhm.
know, you know, at this point in our lives, we've all lost somebody. And granted, I've never lost a child, but I've had family who has. Peggy, my uncle Eli that you read about, he lost two. They lost two kids. Their daughter was stillborn. She was the first one, and then their son Gary, who I mean, you hear, and I know everybody says, "Oh, he was a good kid, perfect kid," blah blah blah. Gary was apparently who they made that statement after because he lettered in all 4 sports in high school, straight A's all the way across, graduated high school, star athlete, got a contract to Marshall University. He went to Marshall and as a freshman started quarterback as their freshman. And then he finished that first freshman year and he was here for the summer back with his parents, my aunt and uncle. And he had went to a party because there was a girl going to be there that he liked. He was, and I worked with 2 guys who were there when this happened. That actually put Gary in the car and took him to the hospital. They said Gary was standing there with his hands in his pocket. Now Gary was also a boxer, so he was standing there with his hands in his pocket, and this guy came up behind him because this guy also liked this girl. Sucker punched him in the back of the neck, and he dropped. And the doctors ended up telling my uncle and aunt that he was most likely dead before he even hit the floor. Those guys threw him in the car and drove him to the hospital. So he was 19 years old. So they lost 2 kids, stillborn, and then Gary. And then everybody used to tell my uncle, said, well, Eli, Gary only would have lived another year because the following year is when Marshall football team died in the plane crash.
Yeah.
And my uncle was like, no, that wouldn't be because Gary was transferring to Ohio State to be their quarterback. But yeah, I know what they went through, and I know Billy, unfortunately, you never really get over it. And by the way, the guy got off, get this, $35 fine because he was drunk. Matter of fact, I was going through some of my dad's stuff here, and I found He had the newspaper clipping.
Just so you know, your video is froze up.
Oh,
You're not
okay. Hold
moving.
on. All right, hold on.
Must really be cold there. They're freezing up. Thank you, Greasy.
Why it's hold on. Well, that's what happens when you're using the free version. You guys can hear me though, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's the main thing, I guess. No need to pull out the picture and show you. Can't show you now. Well, it might come back on its own. I tried switching cameras and everything, and it won't do it. Yeah, so my uncle and aunt, um, and the my uncle would not let my aunt go into Gary's room. She wanted to just get rid of everything and make it a different room. And Gary had left Shadyside in 1968. He died June June 3rd of 1970. And he's the type guy. His buddies would come to the house, say, "Hey Gary, we're gonna go out. You wanna go?" And he would look at his dad, my Uncle Eli, and say, "Dad," and Uncle Eli would say, if he said, "Well, Gary, I'd like to sit down and talk to you tonight," Gary would tell his buddies to go ahead. He's gonna stay home with his dad. That's the kind of kid he was. And it just he wouldn't let my aunt do anything to the room. Then when my uncle died in 1995, first thing she did was just go in there, because if you walked in 1995, you could walk into Gary's room and it was like stepping back to 1968. His TV he had then, the little black and white TV, his ham radio, all that stuff was still there. And it's like my aunt got over it more than my uncle did. But I mean, not completely. You're never going to get completely over it. Never. It just sucks. And that saying about time heals the wound, it don't heal it. It doesn't heal it. It just makes it tolerable. Barely. Well, I can't even switch. I tried switching to the other camera. I don't know. And the only thing I could do is stop the stream and start another one, and that I don't want to do. So I pay more attention to the chat now. I got the two drawers cleaned up. That's good. So I move the computer over here. Maybe the chat will come back, or maybe the screen will come back. I need to get another microphone for this. This is the one I had the orange cover on. It kept giving the feedback. It's the one I'm using over here, and it's. I need to just get another one. So, man, seriously.
Still there? Let's see. Go ahead. Can you guys hear me? I don't hear Ron. Nope. Yeah, if it wasn't so damn late, I could have put my damn guitar in, play some music, but other departments. So, respect the neighbors. Yeah, next time. Like I said, I ain't no Eddie Van Halen, but I enjoy doing what I do.
There you are. Firefox crashed on me.
In the floor here, you can see one of those trophies on the background. I was in martial arts for over 45 years. And I got a couple of my USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame stuff hanging up. I got a bunch more. I just didn't have any room in here for it. Hall of Fame belt. But yeah, yeah, in martial arts for a very long time. I am a second degree black belt in Shinote Karate, third degree black belt in Taekwondo, and a fourth degree black belt in American Kempo.
Cool. Very cool.
Oh, you're back.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Firefox crashed.
And you're moving.
That's good. So with that, we can go another 12 minutes, 13 minutes, make it 2 hours.
Sure.
But yeah, that's very impressive, Billy. I always wanted to get into that, but I did the boxing instead. Then I went into the weightlifting. Never actually did it.
Yeah, there's another Hall of Fame event coming up. It's in March. It's in California.
Hmm.
I may go to that. I don't know if I can get to work or not.
Hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, I
That's
met
what I told you, Peggy.
a lot of celebrities. I mean, I'm friends with Cynthia Rothrock. I don't know if you knew who that is.
I don't
Uh,
know.
yeah, she played in like she's like the Lady Dragon, kind of
Oh, okay.
O'Brien. Yeah, I'm friends with her. Yeah.
Cool. Hey, I tell you what I can do since we're here. Wait, before I say that, let me check. Okay. We'll go into the last few minutes here with 2 songs. I'm going to tell a real quick thing. I sent Laz the song, which you've all heard, Jack the Ripper.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did the one about H.H. Holmes, which is The Devil's Blueprint. And I ended up doing 2 more to round out the 4 serial killers that I've always read about and watched stuff on. Not because I want to be a serial killer. It was just interesting to me because I can't understand how somebody would do that to somebody and not bother them. And then like in the Ripper's case, never getting caught and all that stuff. So I wrote 4 songs, one for Jack, one for H.H. Holmes, one for Lizzie Borden, and one for Ed Gein up in Wisconsin. For those of you, I played them for Laz. Laz didn't know anything about Lizzie or Ed Gein. Ed Gein is the one who that Psycho from Alfred Hitchcock
Mm-hmm.
was based off of, and all the Texas Chainsaw, where he made mask out of human skin and lampshade. Yeah, that's Ed Gein did all that. So I'll play those two songs for you on here, and then we'll call it a night. This is the one, Lizzie Borden. Now wait, before I get into it, these are different styles than anything. Oh man, the screen just went black again. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, well, the screen went black. I don't know what's going on. Stupid Firefox is probably going to crash again. Okay. Oh, wait, now. Oh, yeah, I see you. I don't see me. All right. So, anyhow, these two songs are like complete departure from what I usually do. And there's a lot of layering. I did a lot, I'd play the parts, then I would record another channel with overdubs, stuff like, I did a lot of layering that I don't usually do either. But here, this is the one about Lizzie Borden.
Heat. The white clapboard house stands on 2nd Street. A father's boots by the cellar door. Stepmother's prayers on the parlor floor. No screams heard, no weapon was found. Just silence thick as the burial ground. They say that the house was locked up tight. They say she moved with a ghostly flight. Her alibi was thin as candle flame, but with took an axe, so the children say. Walked into our yesterdays. The truth wore black, but her legend still grew. All bloodless lies, but the world swore true. Was it innocent hands or a killer's grin? The tale cuts deep, but the facts grew thin. Counted his coins, he was cold as iron, hard as steel. A daughter trapped in Sunday silence, a lifetime chained to his iron will. The maid in the kitchen, time seems so strange.
They're quiet. It's like he's frozen again. Could be the weather too. Or he's got issues. Who knows? too dark. Keep on the show. We're going to end it. Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'll come on here a little bit and show some of my guitars to you guys. Everybody have a great night. Be safe. Bless you all.
If you guys can hear me, great. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Firefox now is telling me I don't have a camera, and it keeps muting the mic. I'm not sure. Hey, there we go. Can you see me? Anybody? I don't know. Did Billy get out? Shut it off? Because I don't see him now. Okay. Yeah, it's telling me, Firefox is telling me I don't have a camera, but now it's showing the camera, but you don't see it. Okay. Billy left. All right. Okay. All right. I'm just going to end it. Oh, you see me now? Okay. So I don't know what Firefox is. I looked. There's not. Last time that happened, it was starting to run my antivirus. Nothing else is running. So I don't know. Well, Peggy, I'll let you and James hear this again, since you guys can blast it through the stereo. This is the one on Lizzie. I know you didn't get the whole thing last time.
Heat. The white clapboard house stands on 2nd Street. Father's boots by the cellar door. Stepmother's prayers on the parlor floor. No screams heard, no weapon was found. Just silence thick as the burial ground. They say the house was locked up tight. They say she moved with a ghostly flight. Her alibi was thin as candle flame, but with children say was carved into our yesterdays. The truth wore black, but her legend still grew. All bloodless lies, but the world swore true. Was it innocent hands or a killer's grin? The tale cuts deep, but the facts grew thin. He was cold as iron, hard as steel. A daughter trapped in Sunday silence, a lifetime chained to his iron will. The maid in the kitchen, time seemed so strange. Minutes bend and they never change. The law searched the dress, they searched her soul. Found no stains to damn, but no proof that would hold. The blade covered in ash, the trial was just noise. Justice was weighed by took an axe, so the rhyme goes on. Sung by the living, being fed by the dead. Courtroom clears her, the crowd won't bend. The myth needs blood, not an honest stand. Say it slow and let the legend run fair. A legend lives where the truth was cast. Was it rage, or was it fate, or a story the town had to create? Fear needs a face and a name to blame. History loves a deadly game. If she didn't swing, who did that day? Silence swings in darker ways. She lived her years wearing mourning black. No smiles captured in the photographs. Neighbors crossed the street in prayer, as if the crime still lingered there. Her verdict read, but never believed her life. was real, but the myth was planned. Two left dead, one walked away.
Okay, that's the one on Lizzie. Here's the one on Ed Gein, which is called Plainfield's Monster. This one's really different from what I did. Now, the girl background on some of these songs, he has someone there who sings background for a bunch of stuff he does, so that's who it is. I don't know her. I have no idea who she is. But this is the one about Ed Gein. Okay, Billy.
Back road, Wisconsin, frost on the ground, a quiet little farmhouse, no screams, no sound. Mama's words still screaming in his brain, a lonely boy praying through the pain. Graveyard shift under harvest moon, his shovel sings the hymnal tune. Didn't kill like the stories say, he stole from the dead, then he walked away. Newspapers hungry, ink runs red, truth gets thinner with every word said. They say he wore the skin of the damned, built a throne from bone and hand, face of fear, a butcher's grin, but the devil lives in what we print. Say his name, watch it so. Truth rots slow, but legends explode in plain field. The shadows grim, half of it lies, half lives in him. Lampshades lit with a human glow, belts that once had names, you know. Master faces, frozen screams, a man hiding inside a sick drum. Mother dead, but she's never gone. Her voice still pulling the curtains drawn. Not a king of blood and war, just a mind that snapped before. True woman killed, the rest on earth. The lie gets louder as the legends burn. They say he danced in a house of skin, drank the dark, let the madness in, caught his sins in candlelight, but sin sells better in the night. Say his name, watch it so. Truth pops slow, but legends explode in plain field. The shadows grim, half of it lies, half lives in him. Not a genius, not a mastermind, not 100 bodies, just a broken soul. Raised on scripture, silent shame. We made him bigger, fed the flame. Who's the monster, him or us? Who sharpened every myth spun? Shovel skin, sin and bone. Lonely man in his borrowed home. Grave dirt press his mother's face, a human tragedy, a sad disgrace. Truth wears rags, legend wears the crown. Truth stays buried, but his legends yelled. Say his name, feel it crawl. Fear needs icons, not the small. In plain field, under snow and rain, a sick man lived, and we made his name. Candles out, the story stays. Truth in shadow, myth in flames.
That's about Ed Gein. So again, Hitchcock's Psycho was about that, and all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies was based off of him too, with the the mask and all that stuff. I have. I'm going to try this 3D printed pick. This is one of the, I haven't made any more. This was like one of the first things I printed. Now that I know the printer better, I should probably try them again. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Billy. The part on that song that just went to the clapping, I didn't have that. There was still music there. When he mixed it, he pulled the music out, then they recorded the clapping and put it in there. He said, I think that's what it needs. So, thank you. That's pretty much it. I can go through I can do a playthrough.
Try
with that, we will end tonight. So, docking. So, thank you, everybody. Yeah, the chords to that are, it's just I got it on the Randy Rhoads setting, so it's. Then it goes. So, all right. So thank you very much. And sorry for the StreamYard messing up and Firefox crashing. I got to figure a way. I got to figure a way to be able to pay for StreamYard, then maybe it won't happen. This is that slug. 48K. See, oh, you said docking. Feels weird playing this, not on the. And then you have the A rings out, and you. So yeah. Or here you go, Lewis. You know that one, Lewis? You got to. If you knew It's Not Love, you know that one. Well, thank you, Peggy. Yeah, if I can end up paying for StreamYard. Okay, Lewis, you got that one, so you know. I've been thinking it had been forever since I played this. Switch picks. Yet. Something like that. It's been forever. I used to, let's see. Man, I don't remember that one or. Okay, when I tell you guys you have a Floyd and it's decked, I say you only get to use half of it. So, you get to do that. That's using half the Floyd. The other half is this. Anybody know this one? Metallica they put that in the beginning of So, yeah, a lot of this stuff I haven't played for years. Yep, those you got it. And I don't even. Oh, you guys couldn't hear it. Let's see. I don't even have it on there. Yeah, that's a 48K slug pot with a 1 meg, or 48K slug pickup with a 1 meg pot. That is the bridge dime bucker. So here's just the sound you get. Well, I don't know how it's going to sound through here, but it's the slug, then a dime bucker. Both together and back to the slug. Oh, there's one. Something like that. Something like that. I'm not using an amp. I'm using the Helix floor set on Randy's distortion. Yeah, Lewis, that was still dogging. It's been for, yeah, I tried to make Randy's live sound on this particular patch. So that's what I'm going for. And this is D sharp, D sharp, G sharp, C sharp, F sharp, A sharp, D sharp. So, let's see. So I was going more for the let's see, how'd that go? Forget how it starts. Oh. Wow. Yeah, that's, so yeah, when with a lot of these songs, I got into a lot of layering, which I didn't do before. Iron Man. I don't, I actually like a. Then you turn the volume down. back in. Something like that. You got me playing stuff I haven't played in a long time. It's, I don't know. You got I don't know that one, Lois. Actually, I don't even have it here. I've been working on the Sabbath song "Is God Dead," but the weird part is, I had it in regular standard tuning, so I figured it out. Then when I got one that's in the right tune, I'm like lost because I'm off, so I got to learn it again. Did you ever do the? See if I can still do it. Let's see. I don't know if I did it on D and G or the A and E. You just strike it with a pick. There we go. Bell sound. We did that before we played some Hell's Bells. There it is. And what I do is I add, like if I'm on a D chord bar, I'll slide the finger up. See how much heavier that sounds than. It's like adding a fifth. But it's. Shouldn't have did the bell. These are new strings. I just put them on yesterday. That's the guitar part, but you can also add Bob's bass. So. Yep. Man, I haven't played this in. I don't even know if I can do it now. I'd have to practice. I used to know. I'll just flip up. Damn it. Killer Giants, but I forget how. So, all right, that's pretty much it for tonight, everybody. So thank you for watching. Thank you for my rambling. I know it wasn't that exciting watching me clean the bench. It's more exciting with the stuff happening on the screen. Billy, thank you for joining, everybody. As Ozzy would say, I love you all. Shen! Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night on, hopefully I'm on Johnny's show. Good night. You have to end, when you end these, I found this out too. You have to end the stream. You have to hit the button twice. Good night.